men have been told they are strong, but like what we are discussing with Frida, the cases of cancer, quite a number of men are dying. And the reason why they are dying because they don't want to communicate. They don't want to, reach out. And so at the end of the day, they find that so many of us are dying. And so that's why we want to, speak about this, raise awareness, and maybe even reach out to even more men about this issue that are affecting us. So in the moment, I want to, introduce to you my two guests, and on my, light, I have my friend Simon Modhaka. Simon, good evening.
Good evening to you, James.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Great, good to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, and on my left here, I have our investor, our able John Mwangi, John Boga. We were with him sometime back on our show. John, how are you?
I'm well, James.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Good.
And I'm excited to steer this conversation.
Great.
Yeah.
More prone, 4 times prone to, committing suicide compared to, women. And so that is really a big concern, John.
That's true. Has been one, of course, depression is the key lead to suicide cases.
Depression, yes.
So we have depression being one of the many conditions that they are leading in deaths.
Yes.
And looking at that, personally, I would relate that to now when we talk about depression, unlike other forms of diseases, depression is of more of a socio-psychological.
Socio-psychological.
Yes. Unlike other diseases which are, viral, they are bacterial.
Yes.
So the cause is more social-oriented. And the problem is, of course,
yes,
it's what we would term as the burden that men do have.
The burden that men do have.
Yes. And when we talk about this being psychological, that is social and psychological, when we talk about social,
yes,
it goes back to our society settings, and it goes way back to parenting. There is that aspect of parenting and the society role in parenting.
Okay.
Whereby you realize that men always have to fight their battles alone. Men don't cry.
So we are told.
Yes. And we became a product of, everybody is a product of what they had.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Everyone is a product of what they had.
Yes.
Somebody told you that you can do this and you did it.
Yes.
Somebody told you you can make it and you made it. Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody told you education is the key.
Yes.
to a good life.
Yes.
And you pursued that education.
Yes.
So, so right from our social way of parenting and bringing up young boys, that's where we have a challenge because
Yes.
And that is the fact. In our Kenyan setup and generally in the global setup,
Yes.
the suicide rates for men are very high.
Very high, yes.
70 to 80% it's men. And it is very, very much worrying when you see such a big group
Yes.
of population, more so men. Men, there are very many people.
Yes.
There are very many people who are looking up to men for help,
Yes.
for any financial assistance and all that. So, in the economic aspect,
Yes.
in the social aspect, it's a great burden to the community.
Yes.
Because men are the pillars in the society.
The society.
And now, here comes this notion that men do not cry.
Men do not cry.
And men are strong.
Yes.
So if you are strong, you have to be strong. And in the process of becoming strong, you are depressed.
You're depressed.
You have mental issues. You have health issues that you are afraid to speak up.
Okay.
So you see, that's a great burden
Yes.
to the society.
Yes.
Once you hit the men, the family comes crumbling.
Yes.
men are more so mentors.
Mentors.
So there are very many people looking at men. So once they are hit with the depression and all those mental illnesses, it's a great burden to
It's a great burden
to the society and to the whole community.
Yes, you've said something very important that will drive to the next point, that the society is looking up to men, and if the men are depressed, it means that we won't have stable families. Now,